Hey y'all, Jeff here, back again. Gonna do something a little different than what I've been doing the last few weeks. I'm gonna jump back to my YouTube roots, what I started doing videos on YouTube about. And so, if you're under 18 or you're looking for a transfer video, you can get off of it right now because this is for 18 and up. Because tonight we're gonna be doing a cigar review. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Put the kids to bed, break out your lighters and your cutters. Let's smoke them up together. Tonight we have one of my personal regular in-stock favorites, the Island Gem, made by Oscar Valladres. Some of you may know the name of this blender for the Leaf by Oscar, which is another one of my personal favorites. I have done a video on Leaf by Oscar years ago, so you can go check that out if you want to. But this is Island Jim is the guy who was a suit and tie 9 to 5 guy for a while, and he gave that all up, went back to Pittsburgh, and he opened up a cigar shop, and he commissioned Oscar Viadres to make a cigar for him, which became the house cigar, which turned into the Leaf by Oscar, and it got such a cult following that they had to go in mass production with it. And Island Jim has made some other cigars as well that some people may know, of course, in the boutique world, but this is his namesake, and one that I really like. And one unique thing you can see right there is that little Connecticut strip, and then that little darker Maduro right there on the end makes it look like a pencil lead. They say if you cut it down to here, you get a little bit more of the bitter and the woody notes from the Connecticut strip. Then you cut it down to here is when you get the cocoa and stuff like that. So apparently you can cut it down here when you're ready for a change or whatever. And they do kind of smoke like two different cigars, because I've had a couple of them. But another unique feature on this, besides this wicked cool artwork on this band here, and this is what Island Jim looks like. Island Jim Robinson. You guys should search him on YouTube. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful cigar. That shaggy foot makes for real easy toasting and lighting, and it's got a little bit of that lighter tobacco on the outside of it too. So without any more yapping, let's go ahead and get a cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. And there we go, right down to the Connecticut wrapper. Alright, the aromas. Real light barnyard. And not much else. On the foot, a little bit of like dusty cocoa, maybe. Some sweetness in there. Really hard to put my foot on them all, but without any more of that boredom, let's go ahead and toast the foot on this thing and get it lit. Now, I have done reviews on the Leaf by Oscar. I do like the Leaf by Oscar. Really neat presentation, being wrapped in a tobacco leaf anyway. But Island Jim is known for his memorable cigars as far as appearance go, but the thing is, they're not gimmicky. They are the real deal. They are good cigars, and I enjoy them. Rodrigo's Cigars is where I get mine, a boutique place that I deal with, and they have a lot of other good blends too. The 1502 by Dapper Cigars, I'll do a review on one of those later on when I get some more. Great little stick, especially if you like the dark sticks that go really well with a cup of coffee. Okay, let's get this thing lit and get some impressions. Shaggy foot makes for a flowery ash on the end. That's the only problem with that. Right off the bat, minimal effort on the draw. Nice smoke output. And I'm immediately getting some leather. With some really nice earthy notes coming in. And then on the back of that is just a little bit of that pepper tingle. Not so much the pepper flavor, but the pepper tingle. One more draw here, and then I'll give you guys a break. Really nice smoke output, as you can see in the smoke. It's full body as far as smoke goes. It's chewy. It means, you know, it has mouth presence, and I like that. I like to be able to know that the smoke is there, and I can almost chew on it. I may have to think on this one a little bit. It's been a while since I've done a cigar review video, so it's hard for me to express what I'm getting right now. So let me get a few more draws into this, and once I get some notes, I'll come back to you and let you know what I think. All right, so here we are back again with the Island Gem, and I've kind of started to get a profile going on here. The pepper that I was speaking of earlier that was on the tail end of it is now at the forefront. It's not a bad thing. There's also, behind that is a bitterness, but not like a, you know, licking a moldy onion bitterness or anything like that. It's just more like an afterthought, which is kind of reminiscent of smoking a Connecticut wrapper, those lighter earthy notes. There's a grassiness there. It's not like, that's it, you know, like chewing on grass, but just, you know, like I said, an afterthought. It's just something that's in your head that's what it tastes like. There's a woodiness there. It's definitely noticeable woodiness. And it's not like a cedar or anything. It's pretty nice, and so it's a milder flavors basically so far. And then here in a little while, I'll get to maybe the halfway point on this thing. I'll come back, give you an update, and then clip it off right here, and then see where it goes from there. But if something changes, I may come back and give you a little bit of an update before I get to the halfway point. But I'm going to get into this thing here for a little bit, and then start wrapping my head around how to express to you what I think of this cigar so that I can do it some justice. Check y'all later. Alright guys, so here we are back with the Island Gem. I forgot to mention earlier, this is a 6x52 stick. I don't really know the details, logistics or whatever on the blends, on the ingredients, on the leaves or anything, but I know it's a 6x52, and I can tell you that you know, I said earlier that there was that plentiful smoke, that chewy smoke. Well, that was the first few draws since we burned past that shaggy foot and got into the meat of the cigar. Flavor wise and burn wise, everything performed a lot like a Connecticut or a shade grown wrapper. You know, it's a booger to kind of keep it going, and it's not real heavy smoke anymore, which sometimes, you know, is all right. Most of the time I don't prefer it. It's on the lighter side as far as flavors go. Like I said, the bitterness has been kind of in and out. That's just kind of that generic bitterness. Nothing I said, you know, was unpleasant. A little bit of that grassiness and woodiness. You know, it started out at the beginning, it was more like an oak or something like that, and it's kind of transitioned over to cedar. I thought I got a couple of the low notes of coffee there in a couple of draws, and that was kind of it. But it's just been kind of a woody, a grassy, kind of tangy, you know, like a shade grown wrapper would be, not like the deep and rich and dark and decadent and earthy notes that I prefer, which I hope is going to change when I clip this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clip this for two reasons. Number one, because of the way it performs, I don't generally prefer the milder cigars. Connecticut's nothing wrong with them. I just, you know, I'm a red meat kind of guy, so I love a dark cigar and a black cup of coffee and a good strong beer and a shot of whiskey. So I'm going to go ahead and clip it off for that reason. By the way, as you can see, burn is not perfect, but I haven't really had to touch it up. See how nice and white that ash is? That's a white ash right there. If I ever seen one. And I like white ash. LOL. Alright, so we don't want to cut all the way past that Connecticut wrapper there at the bottom. The spit's kind of dark in the rest of the wrapper, but you don't want to cut all the way through there, because then obviously you don't have any cap left and you're into the shoulder. All you gotta do is just cut enough of it off that, you know, your lips and teeth and everything are on that Maduro wrapper. And I think that should open up the draw and hopefully ramp up the flavors on this thing. Oh yeah, that opened up the draw wide open. Nice. Not bad. We're already getting kind of a darker kind of coffee note. Anyway, I'm going to get into this a little bit before I make up my mind what I think about this half of it, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I've got to wrap this thing up running along on this video. Performance on this thing is day and night since I clipped it. As you saw before I went to the break a while ago, after I clipped this thing, the draw opened way up, which was really awesome. And the flavors and the body and the strength all kicked up and just became a lot darker and richer like I like. So just to give you kind of a comparison there at the beginning, like I said, it performed a lot like a shade grown wrapper, really light. Uh, Notes, like I said, the grass and the straw and the hay woodiness, the light woodiness, stuff like that. And then afterwards, the two definite flavors that were always pretty much there were coffee and earth. And then, of course, there was other. Just these are just general terms for notes, but other than that, intermingling throughout the coffee and earth, which has been pretty predominant, and a little bit of the pepper. I've gotten a little bit of a caramel, a little bit of dark sweetness, like a raisin type of sweetness, maybe even a little dark chocolate and some tea leaf, not like green tea, but like, a good dark tea leaf. The pepper kicked up on the tongue and lips there for a little while, and even got a little pepper flavor that kind of mingled in and out. It was all real nice, mixed real well, but this thing performed completely different day and night from when we first lit it. Now that on that shaggy foot with the first few draws, that just gives you a hint of what you get in the second half of this thing when you clip that Connecticut tip off of there. So if you like to start out light and finish strong, if you're one of those that likes a fuller body cigar, stick with it because this cigar is worth it. Performance smokes like two cigars? Definitely. Most definitely it does. I like these and I've had them before. And so if you've never had one, you should try one. Get a single if you want. They're like $9 or whatever. You can check them out on Rodrigo Cigars. That's who I shop through. Or some other places carry them. But this is actually, it's a pretty good little old stick. You get two different performances out of it, man. Just it's so crazy the differences in the two. It's just so light and mild, to medium in the beginning, and then it's medium to full, and then full right here at the end. So if you really like to start out light and then just work your way up, this is the stick for you. So anyway, sorry if I was a little rusty on this video. I've been out of it for a little while because I've been concentrating on holidays and life, and of course my tarantulas and everything. But I'll try to get back with some more cigar reviews later on, and I appreciate you guys watching this and sticking with me throughout the rest of the video. Thank you all for watching. Give me a thumbs up and a comment if you want to. If you don't, that's fine with me. But until I get another cigar going, I guess I will check on you guys later. God bless you. God bless Texas. God bless America. And smoke them if you got them. Bye.